Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a reading for you. And I pulled two oracle cards. The first from the soul's journey is purpose. I know what I'm here to do. And this feels as though it's a continuation of a theme in which you are identifying with a purpose that is beyond you, a purpose that contributes to your community, your family, your work, a way that you're finding your gifts uniquely suited to accomplishing something. And from the Egyptian sacred animals, I pulled the hare. Number 16 may be important to you, number of the Tower card, but I'm going to read from the guidebook. The two key words for this card are alertness and speed. Linked to Unet, goddess of fertility and speed, the hare is associated with rebirth, fertility, and vigilance. It is considered a sacred animal because of its speed and ability to survive, which is why it represents endurance and cunning. There may be an opportunity for a new beginning or rebirth in some aspect of your life related to a work issue, a favorable time to devote yourself to a creative project or to achieve something new. The hare encourages you to use your intelligence and resilience to overcome obstacles or difficult situations. Pay attention to details and remain alert so that you can calmly face any challenges or unexpected events that may arise. So it's interesting because I feel a sense of almost languid, relaxed, chilling out, just being in your gift. And suddenly there is this idea that time is of the essence, that you want to get a move on things, that you're really anxious to start something new, that it's no longer an opportunity for you to rest on your laurels or to simply rely on your charming personality. You're anxious to move forward in some way. In the present, the Moon card. This is describing a way that you have very actively recognized the power of your unconscious, your shadow energies, those parts of yourself, those behaviors that are uncomfortable or even shameful, and your willingness to confront those. You may have an ally in this discovery, this work that you are doing, a therapist, a counselor, a friend. You may be keeping a dream journal. It's likely that your dreams are speaking to you in ways that are unexpected. We often think of our dreams in sort of the most personal, subjective ways, a fantasy, a challenge that we're facing, a way of looking at a likely or an unlikely outcome. But I believe many of you are experiencing your dreams as some form of active communication with ancestors, spirit guides, that you're actually coming to the sleep state with questions or a meditation or a thought that is answered in your dreams in some way. So this is powerful energy in which you are acknowledging the full range of your inner resources, not simply the part of you that longs for something better or desires something in the external world, but also comes from a place of power and the ability to confront the information that the body holds. In the past, the Ace of Wands. You've started something in the past. This feels as though, again, it's a reorientation to starting something new, coming out of a place where you feel like you knew who you were and what your potential was, but you weren't finding success in that particular area. So now that you're understanding your role in creating the circumstances where your goals can be met and succeeded at, you are anxious to move forward, realizing that every step in this forward motion is about personal discovery, exploration, the expression of your passion. Again, your gift is activated in a way in the world through lived experiences. In the future, the Four of Wands. This is quite lovely. You are working towards something that is a social, even cultural, an emotional foundation in your life. It can be symbolized by an outer event. You can be going back to school and creating a community of other students, or at your job, creating a community with your team where what you learn, the impulse to learn, to grow, is central and is celebrated. So I see this as a concrete accomplishment. This can represent a marriage, again, not simply of partners, but of a group, a collaboration, a team in which you understand that everything you are willing to build together rests on this place of honoring the need to grow and explore, to expand your power, your impact in the world. I'm going to clarify with the African Tarot, and hopefully this reading is resonating for you. If so, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate you all. The Ace of Wands in the past is clarified by the Sun card, one of your cards, and the Justice card. This is powerful. You have been working on understanding who you truly and authentically are for a while. And part of that has been understanding the trials in which you have gone through. There's a way in which the power of the Leonian sun, the big heart, the ability to bring joy and uplift others, has obscured for some of you that I'm speaking with the sense that you have gone through difficulties and challenges. There's a way you may have masked those over with the power of your presentation, your charm, your good looks, your powerful love, a pleasure in the world and in its experiences. And you actually have been balancing out your experience, perhaps for many of you from childhood, of understanding the necessary lack of power that you had, the way in which you had to entrust your well-being in the hands of others who were not always paying attention. And actually coming to grips with the impact that has had not only on you as a child, but how it's affected the way you see possibility and your capacity in the world, is something that you have been working on for a while. Again, I see you working in partnership with an expert, with a good friend, a trusted colleague, or with your own spiritual, meditative, healing practices in which you are consciously dislodging those blockages within you, those fears within you, so that you can empower your natural gifts and abilities. In the present, the moon is clarified by, I think that was something of cups and the devil. So we have here the King of Cups. Beautiful. This is really telling, repeating a story, but from a different angle. I think you have not only understood the impact of negative experiences, difficult experiences, perhaps oppression or unrealistic pressure by others to be a certain way. You're understanding in the larger sense how that has held you in thrall to the status quo, how you have felt invested in the way things should be. You're understanding better that you perceived an advantage in the way things should be, and that your life experiences have actually taught you something different. That actually the way things should be, what others expected of you, was not for your own good, quite possibly, or not for your own deep benefit. It isn't that having success or comfort or wealth or education were bad things in and of themselves. It was the way in which you were expected to utilize those things that left you empty, that left you realizing that there was more as the tip of the iceberg that was unexplored. And the King of Cups has given you the grace, the creativity, the sense of wonder and awareness of all of the largest community in the world, from the natural world to the experiences of others that are different, other cultural values, that has begun to soften your expectations of yourself, so that you recognize that what you have learned through perhaps many difficult experiences is that your willingness to love, your open heart, has been your greatest strength. No experience that you've had has not taught you something. And that something you've learned has opened you up and sensitized you to others in the world, to the suffering that goes on around you, to ways that you can aid and support others, sometimes in ways that you haven't always been aided or supported. And I do again feel as though some of you are working with a partner around the healing of unrealistic self expectations engendered from a childhood, perhaps, or a coming of age that was skewed towards an expectation that you would fit into a world beautifully that is now revealing itself to be a false world. In the future, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Six of Cups. I don't want that to fall. And the Ten of Cups. Yes, the Eight of Wands. I'll take that too. Well, you are being well rewarded by the deep work that you are doing. And make no mistake about it, this energy around really getting at your happiness, your authenticity, who you truly are, the gift of this heart, this passion that you've been given, the way in which you are seen, you are visible, and how you can best use that to assist others, to aid in the world, to gain those things that are most meaningful to you towards the things that you are building with others. The foundation of a healthier, stronger community or family is something that is moving very, very quickly towards you. The Ten of Cups, as many of you know, is all about your inner circle, your emotional structures and layers of love, support, the mechanisms of sharing, empathy, being there for others, protecting, creating safety for self and others, of allowing others the full range of expression as you are now learning to allow yourself the full range of expression. You are allowed to feel sad, angry, hurt, joyful, and you utilize the knowledge of those feelings to indicate the best way forward. And the Eight of Wands is additionally showing that you are more eager than ever to work with others. And there's an undercurrent here that you are no longer shy or hesitant to entrust in a community of peers. You're no longer reticent to join in with collaborators. In fact, you celebrate this power that you now are learning to be capable of, joyful of, participating within. So this is powerful growth and a way in which you're tapping into your strengths. And I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle, and I pulled the orpiment whose key word is success. I am successful in all that I do. If this resonated, again, Leo, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, namaste.